today does nothing. The opposition is still confused whether they want to be in government or not, and citizens cannot wait because the stomach that has no food today. The children and the youths who can go to school, they are not going to school today. Their future is being wasted. And the people who are dying because of healthcare are dying today. So because of that, we have waited for enough. We want to go into 2024. And I'm delivering this speech today in Nairobi. This week I'm in Nakuru. Next week I'm in Taita Taveta. We want to move to all counties in Kenya, organizing ourselves in town halls. We have said there are going to be 40 town halls to solve our social and economic challenges and put the government aside. And that's my word, which is Solomonic. Is the God's voice. And God's voice is supreme to William Ruto's voice. If you have anything to the contrary, bring it to me and I'll tell you it cannot cash in the bank. This can cash in the bank. That people's voice is God's voice. God called everybody through somebody. Even if you look at, even David was anointed king through prophet Samuel. It was not through another thing like God came direct. So what we are saying at Bunge la Wananchi here, that is the voice of the people. And that's the voice of God. And that voice can overreign in State House. There is nobody who's above the law, neither anybody is above God. But people have been lifted above the Constitution because the Constitution is subordinated by the people. So it is by the people, for the people, with the people. And there is no name of the president mentioned there. That is something secondary to the Constitution. And the arms of this country is clear also. The executive, where the president heads, is an arm equal to judiciary, equal to legislature. The only problem we are asking Parliament, act with power, don't act like you don't have power. Judiciary, you have power given to you by the Constitution. Telling us that you have been taken over, then resign and leave office if you can't do it. Martha Koome, as the head of judiciary, if you believe that you have been overtaken by the president, resign. We have people here who can lead that judiciary tomorrow. People here can lead that thing, not only you. Also, we are going to ask Moses Wetangula. We're going to ask Amason Kingi. If you cannot lead that arm, resign and go home so that we know there is no parliament and there is no judiciary. We deal with the president directly. Because if you cannot deal with them, we will deal with them directly. There is no fear we have. We died long time ago. Anybody wants to kill us, we died long time ago. And if you think that it's money, we are poor. We have been poor since the beginning. We don't need money from you. You cannot manipulate us with money. But if parliament can be manipulated by money or judiciary, they have no role in Kenya because there's nothing in the Constitution that you can only uphold the Constitution unless you are given money. No, we should just uphold the Constitution and ensure there's rule of law and you make everybody listen. We cannot have a country where some people are too rich and some people have nothing. In fact, even if you are to be very rich, walking among poor people, you cannot be happy. I can't be happy when you are walking around, everybody's begging. Everyone is hungry. Everybody's stomach is on their back. Yet for you, your stomach is outside. In fact, it's even tearing shirts. Yet some people have nothing to put in their stomach. How do you feel as head of state? How do you feel as heads of government? This impunity must stop. And the people have realized they are not going to wait for you. They'll start organizing so that they can be able to take over that government and show you how to run it. Thank you.
Comrade Bush, I am the chairperson of Bunge la Wananchi. We have officials here. We have the vice chair. We have the chairperson for Kisumu and other officials. For us, as Bunge la Wananchi, Bunge la Wananchi has always been at the core of the campaign for social justice in Kenya. And the sentiments that Professor has echoed today, we identify with them, we support those sentiments, we endorse his message. Time has come when the people must stand on their feet and demand for what is rightfully theirs. Any movement or any initiative that seeks to champion peace in Kenya must take into account the fact that there cannot be peace without justice. This statement has historical justification, and I don't need to quote any source because it has been justified throughout time. So, injustice that is perpetrated in Kenya in form of pinning our people in the vice of poverty, misery, unemployment. All that is what Professor, in a nutshell, is seeking to address with this economic agenda. And number two, recently the president made some remarks to the effect that he will go after those who have been petitioning government policy against government policies or government decisions or actions in court. He said that the ceremonial sword that he got at Kasarani was not meant for cutting mboga, but it was meant for disciplining errant citizens. I think our message, because Bunge la Mwananchi is the largest social justice framework in Kenya, and it is this platform that hosts almost all civil society activists, human rights defenders, all advocates for social justice are hosted here. Our message to the president is very clear. The Constitution of Kenya was promulgated before you got into office. That Constitution of Kenya gave us very specific rights and freedoms. There are guarantees in the Constitution of Kenya. And for the record, you oppose the Constitution of Kenya. Now, under Article 37 of the Constitution, Article 36 of the Constitution, Article 38 of the Constitution, Article 22 of the Constitution, Article 258 of the Constitution, and in fact the Constitution is in its entirety support the intervention of the citizens of Kenya when the government is implementing or the government is enacting policies that are contrary or enacting laws that are contrary to that very Constitution. Therefore, as Bunge la Mwananchi, we are going to petition in partnership with Linda Jamii. We will petition Parliament to commence impeachment of the president under Article 145 of the Constitution, because we cannot have a president who threatens the very citizens who are empowered by the Constitution to defend that Constitution. So as we make progress in the economic front, we want to tell Mr. William Ruto that if you cannot withdraw that misplaced statement as soon as possible, we as Bunge la Mwananchi, because Bunge la Mwananchi was here since the inception of Kenya. It is Bunge la Mwananchi just fought for independence in Kenya. Jomo Kenyatta was a member of Bunge la Mwananchi. Oginga Odinga was a member of Bunge la Mwananchi. Raila Odinga was a member of Bunge la Mwananchi. Mwai Kibaki was a member of Bunge la Mwananchi. Apart from William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta, all the other presidents have been members of Bunge la Mwananchi. We fought for independence, and we are going to initiate a process that will culminate with your removal from office under Article 145 for threatening the people who are empowered to defend the Constitution. Otherwise, thank you.
Because the sovereign power belongs to us. The sovereign power